Hi, welcome to Blaise Cooks. I'm Blaise. I don't pretend to be some kind of creative genius making all kinds of new recipes every night I cook. Today's really no different. I'm going to make a recipe out of this cookbook. It's called Signature Pasta, and it's one of these books that a publishing house puts together. They go around, they find 10, 12, 15 Italian chefs that work or own restaurants in this country, and they ask them for 6 or 7 recipes, and they put together a book, and the restaurants sell them, and they might end up in a bookstore. I generally don't like those cookbooks. They tend to be more like the church cookbook than a really quality cookbook. No offense to all you church cookbook publishers. But this book is amazing. Every single recipe is different. It all comes from different regions of Italy. And if you try hard enough, you can find these restaurants in this country and enjoy their meals. That's what I like about this book. And the recipe we're going to do today is really no different. It's a mint, beet, and beet greens pasta with prosciutto. So let's get started. I trimmed the fat from the prosciutto and I'm sauteing that now. I also roasted the beets, peeled them, and I cut them in little pieces. Normally I would use the big beets and I would get nice julienne strips about this long and really thin, but I saw these baby beets at the store and I never seen them and I just had to have them. Now I'm going to add the beets to the pan. The beet greens, which have water on them from being washed, and that's all the water you need to help wilt them. As you can see, I lidded it to steam those greens a little more quickly. Once this is reduced and the pasta's finished, it's going to get all tossed together with the other 3 ingredients: the cheese, the prosciutto meat strips, and the bunch of mint leaves. Toss in the pasta. That, we're going to throw the mint in, a lot of mint. This is just the leaves of a bunch of mint. I'm using another ½ cup of olive oil. That's a total of 1 cup of olive oil. The fat was sauteed in a ½ cup of olive oil as well. And then a sprinkling, a ½ cup of grated cheese. And it's getting a little thick, and that's why I reserved some of my pasta water. I'm going to put about half of that in. I'm going to toss this until the mint leaves wilt a bit. And then last but not least, like I said, sprinkle this wonderful prosciutto on the top. Now you just have to make sure nobody poaches all that fine prosciutto off the top of this serving dish. I'm serving myself some right now. And as always, I have to taste my creation. I'm going to try to get a little of everything in my forkful. A little tricky. It's a combination of flavors that work perfectly together. But on reading the recipe beforehand, you would never imagine that. See you next time.